Hello and welcome in, everybody, for the second edition of this year's Tully's Good Times with Coach Show. My name is Brooks Hill, along with head coach Brant Sherwood. We're here at Tully's on the Vestal Parkway location, recapping a rousing opening night win over the Elmira River Sharks by a final score of 7-3. We want to say a warm welcome to everybody watching back home on YouTube as well. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream on Saturday night, as we had Cole Parenti for the first time on color at the home broadcast. He did a great job. And now that we're here back at Tully's, Brant, a little bit less stressful this time go around, as there aren't people lining up the door to pick out their season tickets this time and making a big line and mosh pit up to the front of the stage.
Yeah, and I'm happy to get that first game out of the way. It's always good to go into the next week with a W on the weekend. So, yeah, nerves are a lot less going into the weekend.
You know, not saying that I saw some nervousness throughout the locker room, but on Saturday night, you know, walking in and out, watching the morning skate, you know, hanging around during pregame, things like that, I really didn't get the sense that anybody was nervous per se, even though there were a lot of guys who made their professional debut and then some their Black Bears debut. But it was almost just like a look of seriousness and like determination. Not a whole lot of emotion on the face that you could find, but in a good kind of way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there was a bit of calmness to the room, but yeah, I think the guys were excited, but also like, hey, like what's going to happen? How am I going to perform? And how are things going to go? And they kind of just let their legs do the work and took care of business.
Yeah, well, that they did. Took a little bit longer to score the first goal than what it was last year.
Couple missed opportunities. We had some point blanks where Kozlowski? He came up with some pretty big saves to keep him in it early.
Yeah, in fact, he'd go on to make 54 saves throughout the night. Kind of feel bad for him a little bit. Just an onslaught of pressure from you guys. We're getting to that in a little bit, but get the first goal of the season, Connor Smith. And it takes over, 10 minutes, around the 7-minute remaining mark of the period. And does a little bit of a sign of relief come over you or anybody on the bench that, okay, there we go, we finally got the first one?
No, honestly, I did video today. I showed the first shift. I knew we were ready to go after the first shift. We got a little ozone rotation, got the puck in deep, and then went to work. Peppered Kozlowski with a couple shots. So, honestly, after the first shift, I was like, all right, like, I got the team I like, and things are probably going to go well this game. But, yeah, that first goal, you want to get over that hump. And Jesse Anderson made a great play, driving the middle lane and dishing it out. And then Connor does his thing with his amazing shot, pulls it in, such a great release, and fires it upstairs with Ray driving the back post. But that's our style hockey. We play it the right way, and I was happy with that opening goal.
So you guys find yourselves up 2-0 after the first period. Put up 21 shots in the first frame to Elmira's 12, and you guys steadied, balanced attack throughout the entire game. You did get 3 goals in the second and then 2 more in the third in the final. But looking at the shots on goal, 21, 22, and 18. So really consistent all the way through. Sometimes last year it would be, the Black Bears put 20-plus shots up on goal, but then that middle frame, they kind of fall off, and they're getting like 8 to 10.
Have a sleepy second period, you're saying? Yeah. So, I like the consistency. Hopefully we can stick with that. You never know how a team's emotions are going to be, if they're going to be too high, too low, or whatever it might be. As long as they stay even-keeled and they readjust between periods, between media timeouts and stuff, hopefully we can carry that consistency going through the year.
Well, right before you went to the first break, tonight's guest, Brendan Stanko, was able to grab his first goal of the season and first
About
as a Black Bear. Yeah, we kind of made a joke on it a little bit on broadcast at Brendan's expense, but he's a team guy, and you'll have a laugh about it, and we're going to talk to him later on in tonight's show. But how good does it feel seeing that a guy that you brought in last year, worked very hard all last year, had a couple of assists, but didn't find one in the back of the net, and then goes out in the first period of his first full year gets rewarded with a goal.
Well, you can just tell the hard work over the summer paid off, and he could have had a few last year leading up into playoffs, but you just knew he was ready to go from training camp. Like, whether it's being vocal, whether it's being engaged in every single drill, he pushes the pace of this team, and I couldn't be happier with Stanko. He truly is a leader, and you can tell why he wore a letter at Adrian, and we're very lucky to have him and his buddies of all the Bulldogs over there in Michigan.
Yeah, and Adrian College, members of the ACHA, got Daniel Stone, Connor Smith, and Brendan Stanko, and Dakota Bond also up on loan with the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs, and maybe he'll join the team later on in the season. So there could be up to 4 people from Adrian College on this Black Bear squad, which would just kind of be a little nothing short of like remarkable. I don't know of any other team in the league that has 4 players from the same school.
We got a little pipeline going through the Great Lakes here, Brooksy.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. It's a one-way express.
Yep.
But it leads me to one of my points that I had written down before the show is how do you manage to foster a relationship with these guys that, oh, hey, I already have, last year it was Brendan and Connor. Who else can I go and grab from Adrian College? How does that come about?
And honestly, it goes through those guys. Obviously, I've had conversations with their coach, Gary, over in Adrian, but yeah, so like if they want to get a shot at pro, I'm definitely trusting Gary and those boys to recommend the right guys and willing to give them a chance when their college season ends. So you start looking at the seniors that are on their team that might want to make that jump, or even the teams they're playing. I can see who they like on other teams and try to pull from there as well.
Well, transitioning from the goal scoring, also Connor Smith would get another one in the night. Just so Kirkby and Thompson would also grab one. And Tommy Ray also scored his first professional goal. And, that was a real big moment for Tommy in his first pro game, coming all the way from free agent camp. And, a signee, that's kind of finding a diamond in the rough there. It's
very hard to do, and you can always find guys from those free agent camps. And we were very lucky to come across Thomas Ray. And he's just a workhorse. He's got that care factor. He's in the rink early. He's leaving late. He's doing all the workouts, even though some of them might be optional. He's staying on the ice late. He's truly trying to soak everything in and have a team first mentality. And you get very lucky sometimes. You get lucky with Colin Fitzgerald, and then you get lucky with Thomas Ray. So. We're pleased to have him, and he's been a great presence so far.
Yeah, all the way from Florida.
Not a lot of ice down there.
No, but apparently they got enough. So I'm really happy for Tommy and look forward to seeing how the rest of this month plays out for him. And a couple of big games coming up this weekend. But first, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention also, Nolan Egbert playing his first game with the Black Bears as well, making 32 saves. I know you don't get the most amount of time during practice to really see how the goalies are doing, as you're keen on making sure that the drill is running smoothly, everything like that. But what were you able to see either during the game or during your rewatch on film getting ready for the team about Egbert's play in net?
He was technically sound. He controlled his rebounds really well. He was able to gobble up pucks. There was a calmness to him back there, and I think he made the saves that need to be made. A couple of the goals that went in, kind of clustery in front, or kind of a tough turnover at the blue line in the other end, and it comes back our way, and a little bit of a bad rebound. But other than that, he did the job fully, and very, very happy with his performance.
Yep, 32 saves on night one is a very good start. I hope it only goes up from there. Not maybe number of saves, because that means the defense is letting more shots, but if you get my point.
No, and like for a goalie on this team is, we have a lot of offensive power and we spend a lot of time in the other team's end. So being kind of mentally strong between the ears.
Absolutely.
And not getting, sustain pressure in our own end. Like, it just comes in spurts, and being able to handle that type of momentum changes it shows a lot to his mental capabilities.
All right, well, the Black Bears would wrap up Saturday night with a 7-3 victory, not before some little late game scruffles, no official fights or anything like that to report about. Everyone is good to go. Coming up for this Saturday and Friday, for that matters, contest against the Danbury Hat Tricks. We're going to take a timeout, come back, and preview the upcoming matchup against the defending Commissioner's Cup champions right after this. Fans, Breast Cancer Awareness Night is this Saturday against the Danbury Hat Tricks. The first 2,000 fans will receive a rally towel presented by the State Farm Jim Rolo Agency. The Black Bears will also be wearing specialty jerseys for the first time this season. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Fans, the next Good Times with Coach Show will be on Tuesday, November 7th at 6 p.m. at the Tully's Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, and head coach Brant Sherwood as we recap last weekend's games and get you all squared away for the upcoming schedule. Make sure to come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
Breast Cancer Awareness Night is this Saturday against the Danbury Hat Tricks. The first 2,000 fans will receive a rally towel presented by the State Farm Jim Rolo Agency. The Black Bears will also be wearing specialty jerseys for the first time this season. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Fans, the next Good Times with Coach Show will be on Tuesday, November 7th at 6 p.m. at the Tully's Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, and head coach Brant Sherwood as we recap last weekend's games and get you all squared away for the upcoming schedule. Make sure to come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
Welcome back into the Fans Breast Cancer of the Tully's Good Times with Coach Show. Thank you for everybody watching back home on the Black Bears YouTube channel. Josh directing, EJ helping out as well, and big shout out to Trevor who helped set up the light tonight. And now we get ready to preview the second opponent of the year, someone that we're going to become very familiar with this season. It's the Danbury Hat Tricks and Coach Brant, and we're starting with the first road game of the season. It'll be at the Danbury Ice Arena on Friday night at 7:30. Anybody who wants to watch along can do so with myself and Cole on the call on the Black Bears YouTube page, same spot you are right now, if you want to follow along. But how does the approach change any differently between your first home game and your first road game, regardless of the opponent?
Not really. What I do in this league especially is you just take it day by day. There's so many curveballs that can come your way that, like, it's kind of hard thinking about a couple days ahead of time. Yeah, we do like a pre-scout, and we'll know their special teams and face-offs and all that stuff. So that's kind of what I was up to today, is watching Danbury's games against Watertown, taking my notes and preparing the boys for Friday. But, yeah, a little travel, but this year the travel's kind of light, and it's pretty easy on the guys. 3-hour trip. It's like being back in college. So you're playing within your conference and making a little road trip on the way up, and then you get to sleep in your bed that night. So we're excited to get back in that building.
I was just about to mention the good thing about playing in Danbury on Friday night and being back home on Saturday is there's no hotel process for Friday night. Everyone gets to be able, like you said, you get to sleep in your own bed Friday. I don't know what your team schedule is for Saturday, but maybe it's sleeping in just a little bit compared to like a normal day of practice, since you're probably going to get back to the rink at 2 or 3 a.m.
It all depends on how Friday night goes.
I had a feeling you might say that.
Yeah, if the boys play well, I'll probably have them come in at around 11 a.m. depending on what time we get back. But if it doesn't go that well, maybe we hop on the ice and we get a little physically engaged going into that Saturday night game.
Yeah, it's a building that the Black Bears saw success. Once you took over last year as the interim head coach, you were able to win your first game at the Ice Arena, something that the Black Bears hadn't done earlier that year. And obviously it is a home ice advantage, if not the best, one of the top 3, I would say, in the entire league. It's a very loud building, and when you are the road team, you are not only against the people on the ice, you're against all 3,000 of the people surrounding, and they're right on top of you.
It's pretty loud in that tin can, and it's pretty cold and wet as well. So we will be bringing our space heaters, but it's no excuse. You should feed off that energy in the building. When I was playing, I always liked playing in places like Huntsville, Pensacola, Knoxville, and kind of pissing off the fans and ruining their night. So I'm looking forward for these guys to kind of do the same thing. And yeah, it's an opponent we have marked down for the entire year. Is like, hey, these guys are the pinnacle right now, and they won the championship last year, and now we got a little unfinished business, and we better take it to them Friday night.
How much does last year's playoff result play into, some of the emotion of the guys who are returning to this team? Now, there are a lot of new people who weren't part of last year's playoff run and, don't know what it's like to play in the Danbury Ice Arena, or, what it's like playing up against the Hat Tricks at all to begin with. Everyone just hears like, oh, Danbury.
I honestly, I think it's a good thing. Like, these guys don't have really any perspective on Danbury, because it's like, it's about us. Who cares who you're playing, really? It's like how we prepare, how we play. That's what dictates the game. You can play against Elmira, you can play against Danbury, and I want us to play the same way every time.
Yep. I'm looking forward to the matchup Friday night, 7:30 at the Danbury Ice Arena, and then back home on Saturday, the 21st, for the first ever Breast Cancer Awareness Night for the Black Bears. So the Black Bears will be wearing specialty jerseys for the first time this season. We'll have a live post-game jersey auction like we had last year for all of our previous specialty jerseys. I think it's going to be a very big hit. Also, the first 2,000 fans will receive a special rally towel, courtesy of our friends over at the State Farm Jim Rollo agencies. Towels have come in, and they look really great. EJ did a great job designing those as well, along with the jerseys. If you can't get to the jersey auction, don't forget, we will have limited edition Breast Cancer Awareness Black Bears t-shirts as well available at the merchandise stand on the concourse level. So a lot of ways to get involved. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, And we're glad that we were able to celebrate it this year. It's something that one of our friends, Kelsey Lane, up in the front office, has been pushing for so much during the off season. We're glad we can finally get to it with our big first promotional night of the year. And Coach, I don't know if you've been a part of breast cancer awareness nights before in hockey with your playing days, but I know a lot of fans in Binghamton are looking forward to Saturday night being back at home.
Yeah, it's super meaningful. It's I think just about everyone's been affected by cancer, so anywhere you can help out the community and create some charity for the people that are suffering, family members, lost ones, all that. So it's a great cause to bring the people together and support it through hockey and raise some money.
Yeah, well, we're really looking forward to Saturday night. Tickets are available. You can get them online at binghamtonblackbears.com and click on the link that says tickets, or you can call the office at 607-722-7367. Tell them Brooks sent you over there, and they'll get a kick out of that on the phone. So, recapped opening night, and we've previewed Danbury. Real quickly, though, just based off your first watch at the film, is there anything that you learned about this Danbury squad in their first two games against the Watertown Wolves, which they ended up splitting, something that they lost in regulation, something that they did not do until 10 games in last year?
Yeah, so what I noticed is they're still the same hard-working team. They're well coached by Billy McCreary, and they got some good face-off plays. They got some good breakouts. They're very hard on the forecheck. Just some differences for last year is they don't have Brian Wilson in that, so I think that's a huge advantage for us. So we'll be looking to pepper that goalie as well. But then they're a little bit weaker on defense. They got a couple guys up in the SPHL, so maybe they end up getting them back before the weekend. But as of right now, I think that's kind of one of their weaknesses is on D. So hopefully our forwards can take advantage of that. And other than that, though, they're going to be a tough contest. They got a bunch of water bugs up front that can really buzz around and create havoc. So we're looking for our D to have good puck retrievals and do some easy breakouts by using their legs to do the work. But, it should be a good contest.
All right, well, Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you Friday night for the Tully's Coaches Corner in our pregame interview, part of the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show, and then we will see you in person on Saturday night for the second home game of the season. So good luck, and we'll be talking soon.
Awesome. Can't wait for both, Brooksy. Appreciate it.
And that's Black Bears head coach Brant Sherwood. Take another timeout, come back, and we'll have number 91, Brendan Stanko, coming on to join the coaches show as our first player guest of the year. We'll be right back after these messages. Fans, Breast Cancer Awareness Night is this Saturday against the Danbury Hat Tricks. The first 2,000 fans will receive a rally towel presented by the State Farm Jim Rolo Agency. The Black Bears will also be wearing specialty jerseys for the first time this season. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Fans, the next Good Times with Coach Show will be on Tuesday, November 7th at 6 p.m. at the Tully's Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, and head coach Brant Sherwood as we recap last weekend's games and get you all squared away for the upcoming schedule. Make sure to come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
right, welcome back into the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. I'm joined now by Black Bears forward number 91, Brendan Stanko. And Brendan, thank you for being the first player guest of the season here on the show.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's going to be a fun one.
I think so too. And right off the rip, how are you doing today? I heard you lost a golf match.
Who'd you hear that from?
I heard it from your teammate.
Which one?
That would be Daniel Stone.
Oh, so my teammate.
Oh, yeah, so your golf partner.
Yeah, my golf partner. Oh, yeah. We, Tyson, Louie, Dan, and I, we went on the course round 1 today and ended up being wet, but we ended up losing by 2 to Tyson and Louie. But we hung in there. Tyson's a very good golfer. Louie, he's got it in him, but the frustration was just there on a wet course today. So it was fun overall. Dan and I played well, but Captain Kirks, he's another man on the course, so it was fun.
Yeah, and, big thanks to our friends over at Ely Park for having you guys out there today. It was wet, but it was a good day to be out there. One, just because it wasn't rain. We had a lot of rain the past couple of days here in Binghamton,
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we've been going a lot this past week, but it's kind of been rainy, and today it jumped into the mid-50s, low 60s, and we said, why not? Let's use it up before the snow comes in about a week or two.
All right, so who hits the ball further, you or Dan?
Oof. So
Not straighter, but who hits it further?
further, it depends what hole. So with Dan's square driver, he can hit it pretty far, but sometimes I can end up going a little further than him. But we're pretty even, and it's a battle out there. I actually play golf righty when I shoot hockey left. So,
Okay,
yeah,
that is interesting. That's different.
It's a little different. I putt left-handed too, so yeah, I'm a little discombobulated in there, but it's gotten a lot better this year. I've spent a lot of money this summer perfecting my game, and it's my second hobby, so I like it.
That's good. You see a lot of hockey players take up golf as a hobby. Same swing, different plane kind of thing. I think it's I really wish I would have gotten into it sooner. Like my dad was always telling me, you should do it as a kid, and I was like, this is boring. But now that you start to be in business a little bit, you do it a little bit more.
Yep.
During the pandemic, it was like the only thing you could really do.
That's when it actually really took off down in Adrian, where I played college. We would go out at least 5 times a week. And
Really?
Yeah. We would have online classes, so after practice was done at 10, hit the gym, and 12 till midnight, or not midnight, but dark. It's out on the course, and guys love it. It's very competitive. It's another sport we can use and have fun outside of the rink. So.
Were you using Zoom on your phone while you were playing golf and setting it down and hitting a tee shot?
So I was not,
up?
but some guys were. They weren't doing the right thing. They were skipping class, but they were doing the right thing, staying in class on the course. So.
Well, as long as you make your grade, I guess it's okay.
Correct.
Stay academically eligible.
Yep, all pass, so that's huge.
That's good. All right, so let's go off the course and let's go onto the rink. And you were talking about your college teammates, so we can start with that talking point. You, Connor Smith, Dan Stone, all 3 went to Adrian College. Now all 3 are playing with the Black Bears. It's kind of got to be a unique situation for you guys, even though you just spent the last couple of years playing college hockey together, and now your small little group is continuing your guys' dream at the pro ranks.
I think it's just going to benefit us when we get on the ice and gel together. I lived with Dan since my sophomore year, so I've loved living with him. Smitty's always been one of my friends growing up, so nothing changes. It's just we get to play hockey at a professional level and enjoy it. I mean, what's better than playing professional hockey? Nothing.
Yeah.
It's tough to beat. So
I wish I could.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, Dan and Smitty are great friends, and, it's only going to boost our morales and the team's morales here. So it's exciting that Adrian has kind of found their way into the FPHL, and hopefully more guys come at the end of the season, and it's kind of like a farm team.
What do you think helped you guys translate the most to the pro game from what you guys were doing at Adrian College?
Definitely the speed at Adrian College helped. with Gary and the players he brings in, it's just not talent. It's work ethic. It's great guys. So at the end of the day, Adrian's a small D1 or D3 school, but we're there to play hockey. And at the end of the day, we don't care if it's ACHA or NCAA. We're playing because it's a sport we love, and that's one thing we like, and that's one thing we're going to do here is play the sport we love. So,
Well, one thing I've noticed about you so far this year, and maybe I wasn't paying as much attention to it last year, or maybe it's a new boat of confidence, but you're the most vocal person at practice on the days that I've been there watching, and I assume you're not trying to show off or anything like that to make sure I noticed that you were doing something, but you're always talking, whether you're not in the drill, whether you're in the drill calling for the puck or something, but you're always, banging your stick on the ice. You're always yelling, and good, not yelling at somebody doing something wrong,
Correct.
but like in a good way, motivating, I would say.
So I mean, I've always done that from juniors and then leading into college. But at like Adrian, everything revolves back to Adrian. But we always were loud on the ice, and if we weren't, we were skating. So it's one of my strong points. It's always be communicating. I mean, you're out there on the ice. It's loud in a game. You're going to hear fans yelling. You're going to hear other noises. So might as well get used to it in practice and push the other boys to start talking out there. It'll be easier on the ice and lead to, smoother play and more fun.
Yep. Well, you guys had a lot of fun on Saturday.
Yes, we did.
And you guys were able to win 7-3, and I've come to realize just by watching hockey over all the years and watching interviews, things like that, hockey players don't like to take credit for themselves. It's always about the team. It's always we, not me, which is great. And I wish more athletes would be like that. But since you probably won't proclaim your individual accolades on the night, I will go ahead and do it for everybody back home and here at Tully's. So Brendan led the team in plus-minus with a +5 rating. Also did score his first goal as a Black Bear. It was the second goal of the game. And the line of Stanko, Smith, and Ray led the Black Bears in scoring all night long. So how do you assess night one's play so far this year based on what you've seen with this Black Bear squad?
Night one, man, it was good, but we have a couple notches to turn it up. We have some kinks and like negativity to get out of the we'll say not ice, but just like kind of kinks and twists out of our systems. It's been a long off season, so it's 5-6 months. Some guys, completely took off. So once they get back into it, getting their feet under them, getting back to using the body all the time, I mean, I only see up from here. And I mean, man, I love playing for this team, and it's a great group of guys that only want to get better and win. So I mean, game one's just game one. We have 56 more, and playoffs is in the end of the tunnel. So I mean, we're only up. It's only up from here, and guys should be excited to be playing here. So
Yeah, it's good that you say that. What one thing I noticed right away, a little cosmetic change this year. What triggered the number change? Wearing number 91 this year. What went into that?
Man. So Don's obviously 13, the Don of Binghamton.
Oh,
so
yep.
Can't
Thank you.
forget him. He's still on the team.
Take credit for that one.
Yep. 13 was gone. I didn't really like 9. No really other numbers have really been a favorite of mine. So, my family moved down to Florida this past COVID, so they were like, we're Stamkos fans, 91. Only 2 letters difference, but definitely we just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Didn't want to stick with it. The past 5 years was very routine and stagnant, so hopefully this year it's a little curveball and a little loosey-goosey. So.
Oh, yeah, loosey-goosey.
Yep.
Yep. One of my favorite words to use on the broadcast, as I've been told. I think it's I think it's unique that you had yourself and also Connor Smith change their numbers.
Yeah.
And then, all of a sudden, hey, look at this. You're +5. Connor had 4 points. Maybe it was just, a little bit of luck of the Irish that you guys needed. But let's walk through that first goal. So you played in some games last year for the Black Bears.
Yes.
Tallied some points on the assist column,
Yep.
but unfortunately we're unable to get one in the back of the net. How big is it for you just getting one on night number 1 and kind of get that monkey off your shoulders?
I mean, it doesn't really matter that I scored, but I just wanted to play good that game and help the team win, and that's what we did. But to go over the play, I mean, at Adrian, it was 3-tipped, 3-on-2. Basically, when you get a puck in the corner, throw it up to the point, let the D walk. If the D's going to shoot, get to the net for that rebound, and it happened to pop out right there. And 5 years of doing that drill finally paid off. But it was great all around. We were hunting pucks. It was low to high, walk to the middle, see a lane, shoot, and then crash the net. So all around good play from all 5 of us on the ice.
Yeah, I would say so. Picked up Connor's first assist of the year, and also Liam Anderson with his first point as a Black Bear on that Stanko goal. That was at the 16-minute mark of period number 1, and then the Black Bears really from there did not look back. Had a little bit of contest from Elmira, making it 2-1, but real quick answers. Once again, it would be Connor getting his second of the night with another wrist shot that was able to get past the goaltender. And I know Connor isn't here tonight, but you've been playing with him for the last couple of years and now doing it with the Black Bears here at the FPHL ranks. And what have you noticed about your teammates' game that's improved since you guys were playing back in the youth days?
His speed and actually his release has picked up. I've noticed shooting on the ice. At Adrian, he would love to toe it in, but now he's just letting them go. I mean, as you could see this past game, the short side or the far side and the one that went through the goalie. I mean, he's just getting the puck off so quick. Goalies aren't even being able to track it. And then he's keeping his feet moving while he's shooting, too, which is it takes so much for a goalie to track that when the feet move. So at the end of the day, he's improving his shot and his speed, and that's a huge factor for him. And hopefully can push that Jurich record there.
Yeah, well, he's got a ways to go, but he's slowly getting there. He's at a goal per game pace going back to last season. So
what's that, 11 now?
Yeah. Got to be something like that. If you don't count the playoffs, because playoff stat is different.
Correct.
But I think in his 5 regular season games last year, I think he had 5.
Yep.
And then 1 regular season this game. So 6 regular season goals in 6 regular season games played is a pretty good stat line so far. And not to toot my own horn, but I did say you guys would be the most dynamic line last Saturday. And you, Tommy, and Connor seem to be gelling really well together, having not played with each other, for more than a week, I would say.
Well, Razor, he's not in here right now, but man, he's a cannon out on the ice. I mean, you look left, you look right, he's in both spots at the same time. I mean, dump a puck in, he'll be F1. Next thing you know, he's the first one back checking. So having him on the line, it's like a cheetah out there. You never know where he'll be, but if you get the puck to him, he's buzzing. So, I mean, adding that to Connor and I is just another helping hand. I mean, you see what we did last year, and hopefully to improve off of it last year. But I mean, Razor's just one of those guys you love to have on your line.
Yeah, and I enjoyed watching you guys because I mentioned it that it adds a good. It's something that I'm not saying that you or Connor are by any means slow, but to say that Ray is faster than the two of you, I think is probably be a fair statement.
I don't think anyone would deny that.
Okay, yeah, it's incredible. And if you haven't seen the Black Bears play, I invite you to go watch the replay of the game on YouTube, or you can just watch the highlights in the condensed version. EJ did a good job editing everything down into 6 minutes or less. So if you want to go back and watch the opening night recaps, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play more this year together. I hope this line can stay together as long as it possibly can.
We hope so too.
Very entertaining to watch, and it produced a ton of points last Saturday. And in fact, speaking of points, 11 different players with a point on Saturday. So you guys did a good job of sharing the wealth out of, 16 skaters, 11 of them had a point. So those are good fundamental keys that, Coach Sherwood's looking for, is not relying on just one line to get the job done.
Yep, and we have some players stepping up in their first pro game in contributing on the offensive end, which is huge. And at the end of the day, we got to score goals, and that's what matters, and keep it out of our net. So playing defense first leads into offense, and that's the goal from start of the puck drop to the end of the whistle. So it's going to be an exciting season.
Well, yeah. What are you looking forward to the most about playing with Danbury on Saturday? Something that you actually haven't experienced. Your regular season games last year didn't fall against the Danbury Hat Tricks, and you were not with the Black Bears in the playoffs due to some personal obligations. But your first crack at the Hat Tricks, what are you looking forward to most about it?
I would say the atmosphere of the building. I love jumping into loud buildings where they're against us, That's hockey. I love to get under fans' skins, be rowdy, and put one in the back of their net, give them a little celebration, and ultimately just drives our team to be able to play in any barn. And once we do that in Danbury, we'll be able to play anywhere else.
I think it's a unique situation that you guys are in, because you're the ones actually out there on the ice, doing it, going on the road into a hostile environment. And it's like you guys really become the villains of the night. And just like how Danbury will be the villains on Saturday when they come to Binghamton. But for one night, you're looking at, hey, like we're trying to ruin the mood of all 3,000 people here that are against us. And, we got this group of 20-some guys who are going to stick up for each other, and we're going to do things our way, and then see where the dice fall.
Well, I believe that the past 2 seasons there kind of has been a rivalry made between Danbury and Binghamton. So going into an opponent's barn where the tensions are high, it's always good to knock that first game out and make sure we make a statement. But ultimately, it's focusing on ourselves and making sure that first 5 minutes of each period is sound and sweet on our end. So, ultimately, the next 3 days are just grinding and getting ready for that big Friday game in Danbury.
First in-season film session. Was that today? Yep.
This morning.
What are things that Coach Sherwood is showing you guys? And, you guys played a very good game. You win by 4. What are the things that he's looking at you guys to improve on, and what are things that some of the players are noticing themselves?
Small D-zone mistakes where we can clean up, the short passes, the blue line turnovers, but it's all small stuff that ultimately led to their 3 goals, which we can clean up and make it a lot better game on our end.
Brendan, before I let you go, I have to ask, how long does it take to get a mustache like that? It seems like that's it's a work of art up there. I would say it probably could be the best mustache in the locker room. Might not be the best one in the organization. Bobby Gross has his money going for him with that mustache that he has too.
So I think we're at just under 3 weeks.
Okay.
I believe I shaved the week before I came here, and then this was last Tuesday. So it grows pretty quick, unfortunately, but November it's going to be a sweet one, so be sure to be tuning in. We'll get a couple handlebars going.
You can't shave it now.
No, I'll continue it into November. Maybe a couple guys will do a little Movember donation around the league, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on and see if we got any competition out there.
Any routine you got to do to keep it like that? Anything you got to put in there?
Nothing to put in there, but I do trim it once a week. Make sure the ends are all nice and good, but. Nothing special. Just let it grow.
All right. Hey, sometimes that's all you just need to do. Brendan, appreciate you being on the show with us tonight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Brooksy.
All right. That is the voice of Black Bears forward Brendan Stanko. We come back. We'll wrap up tonight's Coach's Show and get you ready for this weekend's matchup against the Danbury Hat Tricks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Fans, Breast Cancer Awareness Night is this Saturday against the Danbury Hat Tricks. The first 2,000 fans will receive a rally towel presented by the State Farm Jim Rolo Agency. The Black Bears will also be wearing specialty jerseys for the first time this season. Get your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Fans, the next Good Times with Coach show will be on Tuesday, November 7th at 6 p.m. at the Tully's Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, and head coach Brant Sherwood as we recap last weekend's games and get you all squared away for the upcoming schedule. Make sure to come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
Breast Cancer Awareness Night is this Saturday against the Danbury Hat Tricks. The first 2,000 fans will receive a rally towel presented by the State Farm Jim Rolo Agency. The Black Bears will also be wearing specialty jerseys for the first time this season. Get your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Fans, the next Good Times with Coach show will be on Tuesday, November 7th at 6 p.m. at the Tully's Vestal Parkway location. Join myself, Brooks Hill, and head coach Brant Sherwood as we recap last weekend's games and get you all squared away for the upcoming schedule. Make sure to come out to Tully's on the Vestal Parkway and have a good time.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
Want to thank everybody for coming out for our second show of the season. A friendly reminder that our next Tully's Good Times with Coach show will be on Tuesday, November 7th. Tuesday, November 7th. We're going to take a hiatus. We will not be here for Halloween. Enjoy your trick-or-treating, and hopefully you get some really good candy. My favorite kind of candy, Nestle's Crunch, always accepted at the third floor offices at the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. So Tuesday, November 7th, 6 p.m. Next time we will be here in Tully's. By that time of year, it'll be Military Appreciation Weekend against the Carolina Thunderbirds, presented by our friends over at Lockheed Martin. Friendly reminder, the tickets are still available for Saturday night's home game for the first time against the defending Commissioner Cup champion Danbury Hat Tricks at 7 p.m. You can get tickets online at binghamtonblackbears.com, or you can call the office at 607-722-7367. I want to thank Brendan Stanko and Brant Sherwood for being on the show with me tonight, and thank you to everybody watching back home on YouTube. We hope to see you at the arena on Saturday, but if not, we hope you're following along all season on YouTube. We'll be live at 7:15 Friday night on the road at the Danbury Ice Arena with myself and Cole Parenti, and then we'll be live at home at 6:45 on Saturday night for Breast Cancer Awareness Night, presented by our friends over at the Jim Rolo State Farm Agency. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. I'm Brooks Hill signing off. Have a good one.